Hey, it's me, Kyle, from the Books and Boards YouTube channel. I sell used board games on eBay, as well as board game pieces, with my wife and my dad. And for today's video, I just kind of wanted to show you how we inventory 1,000 board games. I am here in our garage. We used to keep cars in this garage, but now it is our warehouse. It is almost all warehouse. This is, you can see it behind me here. Rows and rows of... That was weird. Why did it just power off on me? Anyway, so we got rows here. I'll go up and down. It all starts here. These have actually been here for, gosh, probably. I mean, these will never sell. They have not sold for like 5 years, and I doubt they will. We should probably just donate them, to be honest. But after you get through like this first shelf, you can see here, maybe it's kind of dark. We got a whole, there we go. That's our first row of games. 4 shelving units all the way down. We've got our supplies over here. Boxes that we don't really use anymore. Bubble wrap. And it comes around here. It's our second row. Again, 4 shelving units filled with board games. And then it comes up over here. And we got 3 more shelving units full of board games. The baker's rack down at the end, that's where all the games come in. So when I go out shopping and I come home for the day, this is where they end up. It's a little dark, but board game. These are ones that have not been gone through yet. And then we got one more row over here. So we got 3 more shelving units there, and then 2 over here. And it doesn't end there. All the way over here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more shelving units. As you can see, we've got a little bit of room to grow. We were up to this point not too long ago, and we've kind of sold through some. For those of you who don't know, we are no longer selling on Amazon. We were selling on that's kind of how I started reselling, was selling on Amazon. I was doing retail arbitrage over 10 years ago, and then I slowly shifted into board games. I was trying to find other things to sell besides clearance and liquidation and stuff like that on Amazon, because things were getting a little iffy, and changes were happening in big box retailers, and it was becoming more and more difficult to find retail arbitrageable goods at the time. So I was looking for other things to sell on Amazon, and that's how I got into used board games, because at the time I didn't even know that you could sell, or that people bought used board games on Amazon. But we got started in that, and a couple years later, that's all we were selling on Amazon, and yet we were coming across all these games that you couldn't sell on Amazon. So we're like, well, why don't we sell them on eBay? And that's how we got started on eBay. We were also doing trying to sell some liquidation stuff on eBay, and doing some other things with eBay. I had like 3 or 4 stores going, all different themes. But the board games won out, so that's what you see here. And this is actually like the 3rd or 4th iteration of our board game inventory. It actually was all over at my parents' for a while. We had some in the basement for a while. We had them in 2 different locations for a while. It was a huge mess. And at the time, we kind of had all of our reselling stuff in this garage. We weren't using the cars, or this for the cars anyway, so we decided, well, why don't we just make this our warehouse? So we got a bunch of shelving units, and so far it's worked out pretty nicely. Like I said, our inventory is at about 1,000 right now, 1,000 board games. And as you can see, as I showed you, I mean, we've got we've got some room to expand a little bit. I believe if I use the average games per shelf, I think we can get probably about 1,400 board games. Maybe it was 1,500. I can't remember exactly. But we should be able to get about 1,500 board games in this garage with the number of shelving units that we have. I can show you a little bit more of a close-up of how we do our numbering system. So as you can see, we have them lined up. These are ones that we've sold. It's basically just a number system. We bag them because they come out here, and it gets dusty, gets dirty. So yes, we bag them, we number them as we go along. It snakes up and down. So far this has worked pretty well for us, and if we do get a little overpacked, we'll just simply stack things in here to kind of fill up each shelf, and that's worked out pretty well for us. And then every so often, every week or two, we'll actually come in and we'll consolidate the entire section, and we'll just kind of keep pushing everything down, moving things around, and then we repeat that process over and over again. Yeah, so we repeat that process over and over again. That's pretty much it. All these games you see on the ground, these ones here, these games, these ones have been gone through. They're missing something, and they're waiting to go downstairs to see if we have the piece. There's quite a few here. We got a little backed up kind of over the summer just because kids are home and vacation and other things going on. But we're making some progress here again. So these will eventually go away, and they'll be downstairs, or they'll be completed and kind of gone through the listing process. So yeah, so that's how we do it. That's how we've got 1,000 games in our garage right now. That's how we inventory them. Yeah, I'd love to hear how you inventory your items. Obviously, not everyone sells board games, but there's a lot of things that we do here that can really apply to other categories. This isn't the only system that I've tried. When I was running those multiple eBay stores and doing different categories and this and that, I did use a bin system. We've always done this numbered system for the board games, but I have done other systems. I've done the bin system when I was selling a bunch of random stuff. I've done FBA on Amazon, where you just box your stuff up and send it in, and then they take care of the inventorying process. I'm trying to think if there's any methods. I think that those are kind of the main methods: is you just line it up by number, or you put them in a bin with a number on the bin. That worked for up until a point, and then once you start getting too much stuff, the bin system kind of starts falling apart. I know a lot of people use it, and even some people on YouTube have seem to be very successful with it. To me, it gets a little messy when you're using bins. So we've come up with some other ways, especially when we're doing the game pieces, where we're dealing with smaller stuff. It's similar to the bin system, but to me, it's a little bit cleaner and easier to find things. Maybe I'll do another video on that here in the near future. But that's all I got for today. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below, ask a question, tell me how you do things, or tell me if I'm doing something wrong. I really don't care. I'd love to hear from people. So go ahead and do that. Also, go over to our Facebook. My wife is very active over there right now on our Books and Boards Facebook, posting things, commenting. She's doing really, really well with that right now. So go over there, check that out. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Be great. Have fun. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's me, Kyle, from the Books and Boards YouTube channel. I sell used books, and I don't sell used books. I haven't sold a used book in almost 2 years. Let's try that again. Hey, it's me, Kyle, from the Books and Boards YouTube channel. I sell used board games on Amazon. I don't sell on Amazon anymore. Why is this? Why am I doing this? Hey, it's me, Kyle, from the Books and Boards YouTube